Hello everyone, Diabetes the Second here with some Dragon Warrior Randomizer. We've got a small community race about to start. We're going to go ahead and get things squared away for ourselves here. And Fat Boy, hey, welcome in. Here before the race even starts. That is pretty quick. Yeah, since so many of these races just kind of happen, there's not often a lot of lead time, so... Glad you're here. They unfortunately, if the scene does not have it, it doesn't show up until it's a new message once the scene has been changed. They should show up now. It's just a quirk of the way that Streamlabs loads things. I think I can probably change the settings to allow that to take place. But we'll save that for another time. Waiting for one to ready up. Once they do, we'll be off. Alright, they have. So good luck, have fun, everybody. Starting here in 3, 2, 1, go. Loading up our Skelly Boy again. Roderick Sword. And some cash, Radiant. 12, 15, 21, 12. Well. Charlock in a town. And it's coal. It is not standard in Randomizer, it's one that I made myself, as we find the Fairy Flute here in coal, not even random. Okay. Half plate, full plate, large shield here. Nothing we can afford on our meager 570 odd gold, but we can buy some herbs and such just to get us going. It is a bit of a time investment, just because coal takes a bit to walk through, but I think that it's going to be nice to have, especially if we try to go after some slightly bigger enemies. Six, 2, 3, 4. That's not exactly what I meant when I said bigger enemies. So apparently Tanthagil is right on a zone border. And very close to another. Good lord. Yes, Erdrick's sword was in the throne room. Don't usually see terrain in this small of a group, so seeing these 3 mountain tiles here stacked together is a bit uncommon. Alright, level 3. 1, 14, 34, 7, wow. Well, I'm glad that we have Erdrick's sword, because our strength is not that good. One, 6, 2, 4. The Dracula seems to be the best enemy by far that we've seen. Drill's gonna send us home and refill us. Got to put the dragon scale on before, so we fix that. Suppose we could try to find our way into one of the adjacent zones to the north and south as well. Battle scorpions are good. Seven, 5, 8, 3, and heal more. It is shaping up to be a fun seed so far. I don't like the fact that we saw red dragons like a few steps east of the castle, but everything else so far seems like it's on pace to be a good one. It may come down, at least here at the opening, to finding a good grind zone. This isn't bad, certainly. We have at least... okay, match Drakies are good enough. So the slime is really the only bad enemy here. Wait, I must be, again, straddling between 2 different zones or something. That's 6 enemies. 7, 3, 2, 0. That's an excellent point, Fat Boy. That makes a tremendous difference. Since the run mechanic for enemies is based on enemy or hero strength, and when hero strength exceeds enemy strength, enemies can run, having a weapon makes a big difference because you have the attack power but not the strength for them to run. So they'll actually stick around for you to beat up on for a bit, which in a seed like this where we have, you know, actually we have decent HP after that one big level, but you know, no defensive equipment, where we can still take quite a bit of damage even from mid-range enemies. That helps out a lot. Two, 1, 7, 25, no spell. That's a little bit too big. Well, with hurt... Very nice. Yeah, this is a super high value target for what it's doing to us. Excellent move makes it even better. Think of the value. Okay, warlocks are actually, it looks like, in both zones. That's good enough for level 8. 11, 7, 6, 3. And stop spell. Armored Knights might be a little much. Especially when they hit you for exact lethal damage. In fairness, he could have probably done like 45 if he wanted to, so that was a very average roll. Yeah, let's walk a little bit. Okay, see, there's a cave right here that we didn't see before. Tablet. I'll have to make the long walk out. Fairy water. And we've seen a scene recently where fairy water was super important, but not really in the early game here with Erdrick's sword. You have very precise enemies. It happens more often than you'd think. Okay, heal is a little less good, but we should be easily able to overcome that. Another town. And another cave. For Moldar, we have enough for... Wow, we actually have the same EXP and keys. Doesn't happen too often. But early key access also really good. Justin Remolder has wings. Again, that's not random. It's what it normally is. No, I don't want to buy the bamboo pole. Full plate, magic armor. Actually, we have a cave. Let's check that first. Right after we beat up on this knight. Oh yes, you can sell Erdrick's equipment. Wow, we rolled 24 and didn't kill him. That stinks. So yes, you absolutely can sell Erdrick's equipment. It is re-gettable, whether it's in a chest or in a search tile. In this seed in particular, we cannot because the sword is in the throne room and those chests never respawn. But if it were anywhere else, we could. In the treasury, fairy water, gold, death necklace, and more gold. The gold grind available. In the basement, rainbow drop turn in. Now we actually got to route away from the red dragon. I'm gonna head right back just because there is this cave here. Now we didn't see a silver shield in either town, so doing a gold grind right now isn't as alluring. I did want to check this though, just in case we find Erdrick's armor or something else. Unfortunately, it is empty. Certainly wouldn't be the worst idea to go back and sit on the night zone and just grind out more levels. Demon Knight's pretty good too, though, as we find yet another town, and the western edge of the map, it's Hawksness. Not impossible that we can take something out here. We do have plenty of heal mores and enough HP to make it worthwhile. The Golem. Probably the worst case scenario. They can hit really hard and they have a ton of HP. Yeah, we're not going to get through this fight. Keeps rolling in the high 40s, even though he can roll in the low 20s. I know, I know. I mean, we can. I hate the flute because it takes forever, and we just had a seed where we did this for like 40 minutes. It's on my checklist. I know we have it. We got it in coal. It's just funny to look and see how much damage a golem can really do to you. 12, 2, 1, 1. And outside. And the armor. Well, that would help. There's an extra 28 defense points. And the golem with fire breath, again, he doesn't seem to use it a lot, but theoretically that could be a grind spot. It's relatively close to a town as well. loops back to Remolder. I mean, I should have used it right from the outset. There's really not a reason not to. I mean, sometimes you just want a little bit of information about the enemies as well, which can be helpful. Got another town here to the north. And a bunch of Lotier enemies guarding it. Wreck. Do you have a silver shield? You don't. We're pretty well on our way so far. Seems like it's just going to be a race to find all the things. Which, I mean, in fairness, it often is, but... Okay, that's level 10 now. 2, 6, 13, 23. And return. Okay, that means we've explored that southwest corner of the map. The only thing we'd go back for is Hawksness. If we decide a golden grind is what we want to do. Dead end here to the south. Okay, the Drakey takes his 1 in 64 chance to dodge and dips out. Probably a smart move. Another town. Cantlin. Best odds here to find a silver shield. Yep. Top shop. Good on keys. Trolley NPCs. Coordinates. 9 north, 11 west. Well, we are going to need that at some point. Because that will be one of the key items. I've already found the Death Necklace, the Flute, Sword, and Armor. Heal on the red dragons actually probably benefits us. That just is one less swing we take in most fights from here on out. I will take it. And a dead end here to the south with a metal slime. Nice. Bonus XP for level 11. Six 3, 15-3. Right now looking for Mountain Cave, Grave, Garenham, and the Staff Turn-In. We also have Swamp Cave out there somewhere. You don't need to save the princess based on the coordinates. Eastern edge of the map, so we've seen both ends. I'm a little bit concerned that there could be some interior map area away from water to the west. We'll just have to walk through it and see. Perhaps not, because we're gonna track back across it right now. Yeah, I mean, good everything, really. For level 11, this is very comfortable. Not often that you feel this way unless you have, you know, Herkmore or something. Still need some strength and agility, but again, for level 11, we are very good. Believe it or not, the thing I think that's going to hold this seed back is the lack of repel. We have fairy water if we want to. Right now we need the XP anyway, so unless we're fighting lots and lots of Zone 0, 1, 2 enemies, we should probably be fine. Level 12. Six 222 and hurt. Okay, interesting spot for the search tile. This is also the only direction left for us to go, just anywhere beyond Sharlock here. There's our Stones of Sunlight. Well, certainly no complaint about fighting constant enemies that are good XP for us, but the encounter rate in the last, like, 5 steps has been a little much. Just a little. Alright, cave here to the east. Quick look, that's a dead end down there. And it is one of our dark caves. It is swamp. I'm gonna pass for the moment. Don't necessarily want to go through if I don't have to. We're not rescuing the princess. It almost seems unlikely that we'll even need a spike tile at this point. There's a town tucked in there. And it is the town of Garenham. Still good on keys, so we've got the 3 chests here, 5 chests each in Mountain Cave and Grave. And those 2 locations plus the staff turn-in are what we still need. In looking also for the Silver Harp and Frederick's Token. Alright, nothing here in Garenham. Perhaps the back has something. Alright, Mountain Cave it is. 5 chests here. We could try Stop Spell, but, I mean, generally speaking, we can outdamage it, so I'm not too concerned. Seems fairly low percentage as well. I mean, we would potentially avoid taking damage from Hurt more, but we don't also know what the Red Dragon resistances could be as high as 9 out of 16, 3, 1, 15, 1. And Hurt more. Another Cursed Belt. There's the harp. Empty chest. Cash money. There is a question, do I want to death warp out of here for a gold grind? I think the answer is probably no. I could try it out of the grave, because at that point I will have everything I need, but it may also depend on exploration. Swamp North is fairly close, so if I know that I'm going to have to go across Swamp, then it is probably fine. But if I still have area to explore to look for the staff turn-in, then I probably won't. Don't need the wings. Nice crit. The Erdrick's token will be somewhere in the grave. With the big HP boost at the last level, I mean, at 129 max HP, I think, now. Yeah, very likely we're going to be Death Necklace safe. So we really don't need much more in terms of strength, a couple of points, and or another heal more or two. There's Swamp North again. Got Plus Island there to the northwest, all swamp, very nice. I think this also may be at or near the top of the map. Alright, this branch looks like all dead end up here. Unfortunately, we cannot. Yeah, it's probably like the 100% metal slime zone, right? Although in fairness, without another 16 or 17 attack power, we wouldn't necessarily want all metal slimes anyway. Might be a little bit of interior land again here in this area that we need to rule out. But otherwise, we'll follow this back down. We should be heading back toward the Sharlock branch here in a moment. Yep. So it looks like we're going to be headed across the swamp cave. Guessing that the second continent is going to be in the northwest corner of the map. Based on what we've seen, it's possible, perhaps, it could be a very small island, sort of east-central, but it's pretty unlikely. Especially given the fact that we have multiple locations still to find on the second continent. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything here in the middle. For fun, we will check the spike tile, just in case. Again, I think it's pretty unlikely we'll need a grind tile, but just in case we do. And it is an Axe Knight, so this would be easy XP. In fact, we can actually pick up level 14 here before we go. Maybe we'll find Repel. Two 11.95. That's gotta be pretty close. The 2 strength might not be enough. And no repel. Yeah, this definitely is the northwest part of the map. Nice crit. Wow, there's our missing caves. Alright, so somewhere here we will find Erdrick's token. Ooh, Fighter's Ring, that's a nice little bonus. Extra 2 attack power could make a difference here. Dragon Scale we already have. So Deep Dive the Grave required. I don't have the token, right? No. Okay, Red Dragon. That's good to see, because if we do decide we want to death refill out of here and grind for a silver shield, we can do it. Would have been nicer to see one on the top floor, though. Here's the token. The question is kind of like, is this really a good idea? Should I just go with whatever defense I already have? I mean, it's debatable. You might say, well, why didn't you just death refill out? And that's because I didn't want to have to come back across swamp to do the staff turn and then go back into the castle on top of it to do that turn in. Although ultimately this could end up being slower. It's very difficult to tell. Two keys left. We should only need one for the rest of the seed. Actually, we should be able to do it right here. Shouldn't have cast Stop Spell because they do have Hurt more. Kind of realizing that now. Should have gone right for Fighter's Ring, but it should be okay. Only take us an extra turn or two, perhaps. Good to know that we can Stop Spell them, though, just in case. Hard to say whether the grind is worth it or not. The big boost for the Silver Shield in this case, as it is in most cases, is really just your ability to repel enemies in Charlock. Right now we're sitting at, I think, 79 defense, and that will push us to 89. And that goes from repelling nothing to repelling wizards, green dragons, star wyverns, and werewolves. With the possibility, if we get enough agility at level 15, to potentially repel axe knights also. I forgot to do the turn-in. Damn it. That's part of the reason for doing that as well. Avoid the extra walk through the castle. Okay. Just so I don't forget. Just in case. Shouldn't need any more other than the one that we have. We could also just do the grind and Death Warp on the Axe Knight, but I don't want to be forgetting stuff. I forget enough stuff as it is. Again, strictly speaking, probably winnable at this level, but borderline enough that I think it is worth it to take the extra level since we're halfway there already anyway. Plus, if we learn Repel, that's just that much more important. Another reason why doing the turn-in before going to Cantland would have been helpful is that would have gotten a couple of items out of my inventory to pick up fairy water on that trip. I may go back, depending on whether or not we learn Repel. This also would be a potential opportunity to dive and grind for level 15, since we're going to be defense breaking 4 enemies in Charlock. And we have seen now, we just learned that the Star Wyvern has Dragonlord Breath, that's not ideal, but the others, Wizard, Werewolf, and Green Dragon all potentially could be very easy fights where we can't take a lot of damage. X-Knight will leave us just a couple XP short of the level. Got really miserable luck with missing Hurtmoors and not getting one-shot kills. Oh, X-Knights also have Hurt. Somehow we hadn't seen that yet. But, level 15. 2, 4, 10, 5, I think is all plenty. And we did not learn Repel. A bit annoying. That was one of the reasons for taking the extra level, in addition to the fact that it's going to make the DL2 fight much, much safer. I don't think it's necessary to take 16, though. Are going to use the Death Necklace, so we can't dump that. Seven to 15 damage with 130 attack power. So technically, Fairy Waters are fractionally better. But I think that I would probably rather use them for Repel in this case. I think we were able to pick up 4 of them, so 7 to 15 versus 9 to 16, you're probably only looking at an extra 4 or 5 damage throughout the fight, so probably not worth it. Of course, you never know when that 1 XP or extra HP worth of damage is going to make the difference. Other thing that we should have done is used a Fairy Water and then purchased 1 more before leaving. Can't win, but that's okay. Should have enough anyway to get the whole way through Charlotte. And so begins the descent. Already starting with Armored Knights, one of the 2 hardest enemies to run from. Thanks for the good luck. We'll see how the dive goes here. Again, even the Dragonlord fight, this is not free. And we've got a lot of HP, but our attack power is definitely on the lacking side. Alright, into the bottom zone. You're definitely seeing the effect of higher defense power and fairy water here. I mean, we could just be extraordinarily lucky, but I doubt it. Again, does the time save with all of that overcome the cost investment of taking the time to actually go and pick up fairy waters? Hard to tell. First, we walk the entirety of the bottom floor with no encounters, and then all of a sudden I want to heal walk 10 steps, and that's too much to bear. So 12 heal mores, 130 attack power post-death necklace, 7 to 15 damage, 11 on average, roughly 14 to 15 attacks to win. I think 111 HP post-death necklace, so some opportunities for doubles, which may be important to secure a win. Those are 2 awful swings against... 3 awful swings against DL1. Like the physical attack there, we are defense breaking DL1. And there's the stop spell. Alright, let's do it. First strike is very nice, opening with 8. Throw our fairy water while we got it. 23. 37. 49. 62. 70. 78. And we snuck a double in there somehow. 91. Bunch of low physical rolls. Did I say 91? 105? $116. 129. 143. We'll get into the range with the next swing. And we did enough, 157. DL2 rolled low, or at least below average. It is a short walk home, but we will cast return. We missed the sub-hour by just over a minute, and we very easily could have had it. A couple of little walking around snafus there at the very end, but I will take it nonetheless. Very, very fun seed. Anytime you start with Erdrick Sword and you just pound everything into the ground from the start, it's going to be a fun one. So that is a first place finish, officially 101.16. Very happy with the performance there. Thanks for the GG's, Fat Boy. Appreciate it. Yeah, that was a super nice run. Again, a little bit of forgetting things and a little bit of inefficiency there at the very end, but overall very happy with that. Again, not risky. I think it was over a 50% play by a pretty good margin to go there at level 15. But we got good rolls, we got a good dive. I think picking up the Silver Shield was the right call. So it just worked out really well for us. Get the map up here in just a moment. perhaps a longer moment, not activating here for some reason. 1 second. There we go. Had to establish the Bluetooth connection. Not sure why that was the case, but we got it working. So there is our map for the seed. You notice that it's a little bit clearer and the marker a little bit better. We did get some new ones, so that should not be a problem moving forward. Always good. So decent starting stats in this one. 12 strength, 15 agility, 21 HP, 12 MP. We had the Spell of Radiant, and more importantly in the throne room we found Erdrick's Sword. So that was a key find there at the very start, so we were able to just be off to the races right from the very beginning. So we started off here at Tanthagil. We saw the bottom edge of Charlock right from the start. We also saw the town of Cole at the very start. We did pop into Cole, found the fairy flute there. In terms of defensive equipment, we also did have a gold chest in the throne room, and unfortunately, no defensive equipment that we could really afford. So we instead opted to pick up herbs and such, which we promptly didn't use the entire seed. But we didn't have to buy them at the very end of the game, so I guess there's that. Tablet Cave also next door that didn't have anything of significance, so we just kind of hung around here at the very beginning and fought enemies for a little bit. We did see up in Zone a decent set of enemies, but we actually kind of moved slightly over and found a knight here around level 6 or 7, and it turned out they had hurt, and we had enough attack power that we could start taking them down fairly easily. So it turned out that we kind of sat here and started taking out knights and wraith knights and things like that right in the zone here, and it worked out super well. Yeah, it's amazing what a higher quality marker and not having to redraw over things with a chisel point actually does for your clarity. Also, having a camera that, gets you a good focus with a good frame rate. All of those things are helpful. Next, we happened, after a death refill or something, we decided to explore a little bit. We ended up going down here to the southwest, found the town of Remulder with key access. That was nice, right next to the town of, next to the Stones Cave. Nothing in Remulder when we did go back home and check Tanthagil. We did see that there was the Death Necklace and a gold grind available in the treasury, and we found the Rainbow Drop turn-in in the basement. We went right back. Again, the first time through, we didn't quite get to the Stonescape before taking a death, so we did end up going over and finding Hoxus. We found the Golem there, took it out, since we had also already found the Fairy Flute as well in Cole. We picked up Erdrick's armor there, so that was also a very nice pickup because our defense was pretty lacking at that point. That was our big limiter, and now having heal walking plus good defense made a big difference. We were also able to pick up a large shield along the process as well. Went north to Breckenary. No real help there. We filled up and kept on walking. I believe next we went off to the east. We ended up finding the town of Cantlin, which did have a silver shield, so that was something we kept in mind. We got coordinates of 9 north, 11 west, which at that point, having the Death Necklace and the Flute, and also Erdrick's Sword and Armor, meant it was going to be one of the required quest items. We didn't hop over there real quick. We did kind of flesh out the rest of the map area over here, didn't find anything else. So we did walk the coordinates out. They were in the very middle, right at the back of Charlock, which is kind of funny because if you think about it, inside Charlock, behind the Throne of the Dragonlord, is the steps to advance, and right here at the very back, right in the middle, were the Stones of Sunlight. So that was our first quest item acquired. We went to the northeast and found the Swamp Cave. Didn't go through quite yet. Went further off to the east and found the town of Garenham. Nothing in the back there, but we did have the Mountain Cave, and there we found the Silver Harp, so quest item number 2 acquired. Nothing else there, so we knew at this point that the remaining quest item, Erdrick's Token, would be in the grave. We also still had to find the Staff Cave. We finished exploration of the Prime Continent and didn't find anything else, just kind of a big contiguous area here. So went across Swamp, went east, and we found both caves right next to each other. Dove the grave first and found the token in chest number 4, picked up the Fighter's Ring along the way, and then went outside, did our staff turn-in, walked back into the grave, and did a a death refill on a red dragon for a gold grind. Again, debatable. The extra 10 defense did allow us to repel several enemies in Charlock, so that was my chosen approach. So if we had not done so, we would only repel wizards, but since we did, we were also repelling werewolves, green dragons, and star wyverns, and star wyverns did have Dragonlord breath, so I think it was probably a good call. And just based on walking through Charlock, we were repelling quite a few enemies, or must have been, in the bottom 2 zones. So we did our gold grind, we did our Jerk Cave turn-in, we went back to Swamp Cave, ground from mid-level 14 up to level 15, got just enough stats that I thought it was much safer to go in. We dove Charlock, got there fully intact, used the Death Necklace, and took the Dragonlord out with I think 2 heal mores to spare, as it turned out, so it worked out really well for us. That's a first place finish, just over an hour. If we didn't have those couple of small mistakes, like once we took the death refill out of the grave intending to do a gold grind, we did the gold grind and then forgot to do the jerk turn-in. So that did 2 things. 1, I had to walk back through the castle to do it, and 2, it meant when I went over to Cantlin to pick up my silver shield, I still had 2 extra quest items in my inventory because in Randomizer, unlike in vanilla, the quest items are removed from your inventory to put the rainbow drop there. That's not the case in vanilla. In vanilla, at least, you are still left with Erdrick's Token in your inventory. only the staff and stones are taken. So here we gain 2 extra inventory spots by doing that. So that was a mistake that necessitated an additional trip to Cantlin, and then going back into the castle to do the turn-in. So that definitely kept us from being sub-hour. It's a small optimization, but it is something that, you know, is quantifiable, and in a bigger race with more runners and perhaps a tighter finish, that could make the difference between, you know, first and second, first and third even, or, you know, second and third, whatever. But overall, very happy with that. Very fun run. This is the kind of seed that you like to get, especially if you're a newer runner and just want to have some fun with it, not be too frustrated. There really weren't any dangerous enemies that we found. I think the very early red dragon at like level 2 that we stumbled upon was probably about it, but once you got up to like level 8 or 9, had heal more, lots of attack power, and then Erdrick's armor, those were not bad fights at all. Yeah, the repel strat, again, it depends. Like, all told, that's a several minute investment, right? Because you have to, in this particular case, or at least the way I approached it, is that I had to exit the grave, go do the staff turn, and walk back into the grave, pick up 3 chests, walk down 2 floors to get a death refill because the enemies at the top weren't strong enough to do it, and I wasn't repelling them, importantly, so I had to actually go through those encounters. Then do the actual gold grind, then walk to town to make the purchase, and again, in this case, because I didn't have the repel spell, I also had to physically buy fairy water. So all that combined, that's at least a couple minutes of investment. You know, every encounter that you're getting, even if you run first try, it's at least several seconds. So if you repel over the course of Sharlock, you know, let's say at least 10 encounters, that's probably at least a minimum of a minute saved, assuming you run on the first try every time. Potentially more if you don't. And on top of it, any damage that you're taking, etc., you're not having to burn herbs or do anything else along the way with. And yeah, we did see Dragonlord Breath on the Star Wyverns, so I think it overall is worthwhile most of the time, perhaps a slight bit less so in this case, just because of the little bit of the finagling that we had to do, taking a lot of extra encounters and rewalking some stuff. And then, of course, I made a mistake that made it take even a little bit longer on top of it, but still. It worked out pretty well. We're probably going to wrap things up here momentarily. I do appreciate you, Fat Boy, for hanging out, watching, and hopefully enjoying the race. It was a good one. We did end up finishing in first. Guelph finished about 7 minutes later at 1:08. BLK finished in third at 1:17. So that was the 3 finishes for this one. Again, any number of reasons for the finish order. If you didn't happen to go down southwest to get to Hawksness early, which we happened to, you know, that heal walking does add up, in addition to the fact that, you know, that extra defense adds up as well. Especially as well, since Romola was on the way, if you didn't go southwest first, maybe you go north. And there's a lot of nothing up here. You know, if you go north and go through the swamp cave, you find the staff cave in the grave, and you can dig out the first 3 chests, but if you don't have keys, you can't find the token, and you have to backtrack for that later. You find Garenham, and you can't access anything there. You go east and find Cantlin, and you can't get the coordinates. So, and with all of this, not being able to do a gold grind. So if you just happen to not go southwest, at least at some point in the relatively early game, you wouldn't have keys, and potentially you wouldn't have much in the way of armor, not only because you couldn't get to Erdrick's armor down here further to the southwest, but also you wouldn't have a gold grind accessible.